fire signs. Hello and welcome, Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. Welcome to your week ahead Taroscopes with me, Intuitive Rene. We are doing the week of the 30th of Jan to the 5th of February 2023. January is done. I cannot actually believe it. I hope it's been a good one for you. I hope it hasn't been too awful, and I hope you've had a good start to the 2023. Let's have a look and see what this week has in store for us. I have got two decks on the table here with me today. The tarot deck that I'm going to be working with is the Tarot of Dreams by Ciro Marchetti. Love this deck. The only reason why I don't use it very often is because it's actually quite large and I prefer smaller decks. And then the oracle that I want to work with this week is the beautiful Earthcraft Oracle. So two very, very good decks, gorgeous decks. I'm going to start with tarot this week, and I'm going to move the oracle just out of camera for a bit, and let's get shuffling with the tarot and see what this week has in store for all our fire signs. So Aries, Leo and Sag. Let's get straight into it and see what this week has in store for you. Because these cards are quite large, I have to only, well, I'm limited on how many I can take, because otherwise it's just not going to fit on camera. So let the cards speak loud, let the cards speak clearly, and let them give us the message that we need to help us navigate the energies, and the focus for the week ahead. I'm going to ask this week for a little bit of clarity on what is the focus of the week, and what do we need to embrace, and what do we need to let go. So yeah, I am going to put a little bit of more attention into the questions, into the cards, and let's see if the message comes through a little bit clearer for us all. Right, let's cut the deck. So, turning them straight over, and let's just position them, starting off with the Death card. That excites me. I know you're all going, oh no, Death, but I love the Death card. I get excited when I see the Death card because I know it only brings, change that is necessary. So we have the King of Swords, and we also have now the Nine of Swords. So I'm trying to make sure it's all straight, but I don't think I'm succeeding. And then I'm going to take one more because I still want to fit the oracle in. And oh, another king, right? So very, very strong and very, very powerful energies and cards that are coming through here, fire signs. All right, let's start with the Death card, because you know what? I know the word petrifies us all. I know we are afraid of that because we don't understand, because we don't know, because we don't know what to expect. So we do tend to get quite fearful when we see the Death card. In tarot, the Death card very rarely means actual physical death. The Death card talks about major change, transformation. And in all honesty, transformation is something that we should all be doing right now. We should all be doing our best to transform and to become a different version of ourselves, because that's called growth. And if you are changing, if you are adapting, learning and adjusting yourself, that means that you are becoming a better version of yourself. And that's the point of being human. Okay, it is about adapting, it is about learning, growing, it is about transforming. So the Death card as our focus for this week, I think, is wonderful. I am going to say to you, fire signs, for the week ahead, every time you find yourself facing a challenge, or needing to do something for the first time, or needing, like, just questioning what you're doing at that minute, at that time, just remind yourself that the focus for this week is the Death card, and allow that card to motivate you. Allow it to get you challenging and questioning everything that you're doing. And you want to be asking yourself questions of, what am I doing? Why am I doing it this way? How else should I be doing it? Or how else could I be doing it? And am I doing it for my own higher good? Or am I doing it because I feel obligated or whatever? Because we shouldn't be doing anything that we don't actually want to be doing, unless in the long term its benefits are worth it. But just question everything that you're doing. Question the methods, the processes, all of that. And if you find yourself reacting to a situation, ask yourself, why am I reacting that way? Why am I responding in that way? So that's the way that you use this card to your advantage for the week ahead. Please do not be afraid. Do not panic. Do not be fearful of the Death card, because that's not its intention, and that's not what it's bringing for you. But what it wants is, it wants you to climb out of your comfort zone. It wants you to question and to challenge your modus operandi. It wants you to be a little bit to color outside the lines and to be a little bit braver than you would usually be. All right. We need to embrace now the fact that we have two kings here, and we've got the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles, or the King of Coins. So King of Swords is about ruthless thinking. King of Swords is about somebody who recognizes his intelligence, recognizes his mental clarity. Whereas the King of Coins, he's somebody who's very down to earth and very practical, and he doesn't think further than he needs to. He doesn't overcomplicate situations. King of Swords, he's the eternal planner, the eternal strategist. Whereas our King of Coins, he's more like, okay, you know what, sure, let's try that. But you know what? There's no rush. We can take our time. We can ponder. We can think about it. You know, let's try and, you know, find amicable solutions. Whereas he is more about the strategy of war. He wants to negotiate a little bit. So it's quite interesting how we've got the two kings, and I actually put them on opposite spectrums, if I can put it that way. And then in the middle here, we've got the Nine of Swords. Now, if you have a look, she doesn't look like she's very happy. She actually looks like she's quite petrified. And she's out in the dark on her own. You know, even all the trees' branches are starting to look like hands. And I'm sure you've all experienced that in your life where, you know, when your mind plays tricks on you and everything suddenly takes on a scary appeal. And that's exactly what the Nine of Swords is. It is about your fears, your stresses, and your anxieties. So we are afraid, but we need to not be afraid. We need to step outside of our comfort zone. We need to face our fears. We need to face our insecurities. And we need to realize that we are actually stronger than we give ourselves credit for. So fire signs, this week, you may see some challenges. You may have to face some things that maybe, you know, you're not sure on how to do it, and you're questioning and you're getting fearful of it. But what you need to do is you need to think and you need to negotiate. And if you can think and negotiate in the way that you need to, you're going to overcome these challenges so easily, so simply, and really, really uncomplicatedly. Now, I know you can't see the tarot deck. I placed it just off camera here, but I just want to bring it back in. I'm going to take another card straight off the top just because I feel like I need to. So I have no idea what it is. I'm just, like I said, taking it straight off the top. And let's have a look and see if it wants to offer us anything further. You see, Seven of Cups. Now, can you just see how the energy has shifted? Here we had the purples, we've got the two blues, we've got the greens, and now immediately we're bringing in the reds. Now, to me, also, I'm going to stick it over there. I know it's not really the right space in it. It throws the flow, but I needed it there. We've got very serious cards here. These four cards are definitely, they have a serious energy to them. And when I look at this Seven of Cups, I don't get a serious energy from it. I actually get an energy that is a little bit more malleable. It just seems to be a little bit easier, a little bit prettier. So if we look at the details, so there are 7 cups depicted on this card, and each one of them contain something completely different from the others. And the 7 of Cups is the card of choices and options, and sometimes we can get quite overwhelmed with the choices and options that are available to us, that we get ourselves caught up in the chaos. And I think that's exactly what's happening over here. So fire signs for the week ahead, for the week of the 30th of Jan to the 5th of Feb, it's time to do things a bit differently. It's time to react and to respond a bit differently. It's time to realize that your situation and your circumstances are not the same as they were before, that we need to adapt with the times is what I'm hearing, okay? We need to keep our wits about us. We need to be sharp thinking. We need to be quick with our decisions and our actions. We need not fear the unknown, because the unknown is actually on our favor. It's in our favor, and it's actually quite supportive and not scary. But be open to negotiation. Be open to have those kind of conversations that need to be had. The 7 of Cups is telling you that you've got choices. Don't feel like you are backed into a corner. Don't feel as if you don't have options and that you are being forced into doing something that you're not ready to do, or that you're not prepared to do, or anything like that, because actually everything is pretty okay. You have got many, many options available to you, and any one of them would be perfect. So when facing a challenge in the week ahead, just know that you're not stuck for choice. You're not restricted or limited in your options. You have got many, many options available to you. Right, so fire signs, And I want to bring our oracle in. And I did shuffle before I started, but you know me, I do like to shuffle while I've got you here. So let's just give it a very quick shuffle, oopsie, without destroying. I knew I was going to do that, without destroying the cards beneath. So let's just try and give it a little shuffle again. And then we're just going to take a single card, whoopsie. Let's pick it up that way. There we go, that's better. Right, let's cut the deck and taking a card off the top. So this card is just going to offer us a little bit more insight into the week ahead for us. And here we have got the Gatherer. So here we have this lady, she has this basket, and the basket is fully laden with fruit. Even on her dress, she's got feathers, she's got hummingbirds, she's got an abundance all around her. There is beauty, there is everything. Her heart is full, she is content, she is happy. She couldn't put anything more in her basket if she tried. But look at the variety of fruit that she has collected, that she has, the abundance that is available to her. I do want to tell you that this card talks to the Seven of Cups because of the choices, because of the options, because of the abundance. I also want to say, and I'm going to stick it right here over the two blue cards, because I feel very strongly that the message that she's saying to you is, it is time for change. All right, it is absolutely time for change, but don't feel under pressure to do anything that you're not comfortable with doing, because if you look at the fear and the anxiety and the panic that is coming through in the back here, she's telling you everything is cool. Focus on the abundance, focus on the opportunity, focus on what it is that you have access to, and use that, because that nourishment, that sweetness that you have gathered, everything that you are currently gathering is going to assist you in making good choices, negotiating your way out of anything this week. So negotiation is your key. Change and negotiation is your key, and understanding that you have so many options and so many choices that you are actually very much in control, and you can strategize and work your way out of this. But if you succumb to the fear and the panic and the anxiety, you're staying in that space. Rather, change the outlook, the method, the process, the thinking, and if you do that, you're going to be absolutely fine. So fire signs, interesting week ahead for you. I hope if this reading helps you, I'd love to hear from you. Pop into the comments during the week and let me know what happened in your life and how this helped you to work through that. I'd love to hear from all of you down in the comments below. But in the meantime, wishing you an amazing week ahead, as always, with love and blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care, fire signs.